Hello everyone, so today we're going to learn about sequences. What is a sequence? A sequence is a list of things, usually numbers, that are in order. So let's take the sequence here. The sequence is 3, 5, 7, 9. Our first term is 3. Our second term is 5, and so on. So a sequence is just like this. A sequence is a sequence is a list of things, usually numbers, that are in order. In this order, it goes up by 2. So let's see. The notation for sequences is very easy. It's just like a curly bracket. No? So, for example, in this would be 3, 5, 7, 9, so on, would be, it's called set brackets, brackets that is used to list each element of the sequence. A rule. A sequence usually has a rule, which is a way to find the value of each term. So let's take 359. 359. So if we use a number line, 3, 5, 7, 9. 3, like I said, 3 to 5, you add 2. 5 to 7, you add 2. 7 to 9, you add 2. So the common rule in this is adding 2. So the sequence here starts at 3 and jumps 2 every single time. So as a formula starts at 3 and jumps every 2 time, is fine, but it doesn't help us calculate the 10th term or the 100th term. And this is where the nth term comes in. Nth term comes in, where n could be any term number we want. So if we want to put 10, 100 million, we can put 10, 100 million into the end. Or if we want to put 1, we can put the 1 in there. So what is a rule for 3, 5, 7, 9 can be? So let's test the rule. Let's do the rule. So our sequence is 3, 5, 7, 9. In our brackets, in our brackets, 3, 5, 7, 9. Let's test the rule 2n because we saw that it jumps 2 every single time. So let's just try 2n. 2n is equal to our nth term. So n could be 1, 2, and 3. Our term is 3, term and test rule. So our n is equal to 1, our term is equal to 3. Our n is equal to 2, our term is equal to 5, and our 3 is 7. So this is from our equation, from our sequence here, sorry. So let's test rule. 2n is equal to 2 times 1, which is equal to 2. 2n is equal to 2 times 2, which is equal to 4. And 2n is equal to 2 times 3, which is equal to 6. So this is telling us that our sequence here is telling us that 2n is not the nth term of our sequence, because if we check here, our terms are here, but the new terms of the 2n is here. So what can it be? If we find out 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6, so we've got our 2n because they multiply by 2 every single time. But what is our nth term? Let's try 2n plus 1. Let's try 2n plus 1. Let me just take these out. 2n plus 1. 2n plus 1. So let's try 2n plus 1. If n is 1, 2 times 1 plus 1 is 3. Our 2 has to be 5. So 2 times 2 plus 1 is equal to our 5. And 3. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So it matches our test rule. So our term matches our new term. So our nth term is equal to is equal to 2n plus 1. So we've found our nth term. What can we derive from seeing this basic long way of solving an nth term? We know that multiples, they multiply. For example, this one jumps by 2 every single time. So jumps by 2. Our main set jumps by 2. So our n has to have a coefficient of 2. And then it has to have 1 because 2 in 1 gives us 2, but you have to get to 3, so you add another one. So you have to, instead of saying starts at 3 and jumps 2 every time, you write this. 2n plus 1. Our nth term is 2n plus 1. So there are many, many rules that we can find with the nth term. So let's try and find. So yeah, so if we want to check, like let's check 9. Let's see if 9, because 9 is our next term. So let's find if this is the nth fourth term. So let's try 2n times 4 plus 1 will give us 8 plus 1, 9. So it is correct on 9. So that's correct. So let's try another sequence. Let's try another sequence. Let's try another nth term that we can derive and that we can see. So let's check, let's see another one that might be interesting. Let's see if we can find 5, 9, 5, 9, 13, 17. So this is our new sequence. So let's try and find, this is our first term, second term, third term, fourth term. So our 5 to 9 will give us 4. 9 to 13 will give us 4. 13 to 17 will give us 4. So add 4, add 4, add 4. So our nth term has to start with 4n. But if our term is 1, it has to be 5. So if our like n has to be 1, our term has to be 5. So 4 times 1 is 4. But how do I get to 5? You add 1. So let's just try this term. Add 1, 4n plus 1. Let's try to see if it goes to 9. So our n is equal to 2. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 will give us 9. So that is correct. That is correct. So we found the nth term, 4n plus 1. So what have we learned today? So today we've learned that in sequences, in basic sequences, you've got the nth term. To sum up the nth term, to find the 10th, 20th term of the sequence, we have to extract an nth term from the sequence. And by doing that, we have to see the different terms in between, like we saw in the examples, and we have to see how each one adds and to get to the sequence that we want. Thank you very much.